Hello guys, welcome back to the third part to learn function in C statement. In this video, we will applicate together by using an exercise what we learned in the part 2 and 1 about the function in C statement. In this exercise, we will write a program that adds two integers by using function, by using user-defined function. So the first thing here, we know that we have to add two integers, so we will need a function to add those two integers. So the first thing that we have to do, we have to create the function prototype. So when we add two integers, what is the return of this function? It's the sum of those two integers. So it will be int, the return type. The function name, we can call it add numbers. We have two numbers to add, so we will need two parameters. We are working with int, so we have int a, int b. Now, here we have the main of our program. Here our main part. We are going to go out of this main. We will add the function definition. We are going to write this function like we are working normally in main. So we have int add numbers, like we said in the previous video. The function prototype and the function definition must be the same. You can just change the variable's name. Int a, and we have int b. Now we will just add two variables. So we have a plus b. The result of this sum must be memorized in a variable. So for example, we have here results is equal to a plus b. We will come here and we have to declare the variable results. Now we have here return type integer. So this function must return to the main part an integer. So what is this integer? It's the result. So here we have to add return result. Now here, to do the add numbers or to do add to integer, we need to call this function. Okay, so the first thing here, we have to enter two numbers by users, or we can do it directly by code, but for us here, we are going to take those two numbers from user, like we used to do printf. Please enter two numbers, and we have here scanf %d. We have two numbers, so we have %d. We are working with integer, and we have address. Address. For example, we are going to use variable number 1 and address number 2. Here we need to come back here and to declare int result. Number 1 and number 2. Here also we need to memorize the sum of those two numbers. So we need here int sum is equal to 0. Now we have those two numbers. What do we have to do? We will just call the function. We are not going to do number 1 plus number 2 because we have already a function that can do that for us. So how we call this function? We said that we call the function by the name of the function and the parameters. So we have here add numbers. This function take two parameters. So here the parameters that will take are number 1 and number 2. So we are giving to the function the numbers or the variable that we want to add. We want to add number 1 and number 2. So number 1, number 2. Here, the result of this function, the return, must be memorized in our sum. Now we will just print this sum. Printf, for example, sum is equal to %d, and we have sum. That's it for the function idea. So here, how this program, let's explain again how this program will work. So the first thing, the compiler will come here, it will include the studio.h, It will come to the second line. We have here a function prototype. This is what we call, as we said, function, prototype. The definition or the declaration of the function. The program will come here, we'll find two variables, number 1, number 2, and sum equal to 0. Okay. We have printf, please enter two numbers, scanf. Okay, we will take numbers from number 1 and number 2 from user. It will come here, we have sum, it's equal to add numbers. We have two parameters, number 1 and number 2. So until this line, until line 12, the compiler don't know how to use add numbers. We have just the information that this add numbers here, it's a function that will take two parameters. So the compiler understands that from the function prototype. So the compiler will go out from the main and will search for this function. If the compiler finds this function, it will execute it. If the compiler won't find this function, it will give us error. It will tell us that I couldn't find this function. So here the compiler will go out from this main, will find this function here. So we have add numbers. The compiler will use those two parameters. Here the A will be replaced by number 1, the B will be replaced by number 2. Here we have result. Result is equal to A plus B. For us now, A and B, they are number 1 plus number 2. So the compiler will calculate for us number 1 plus number 2 and will return the result. This returned result will be memorized in this sum variables. This is how the compiler works by using function. So if the compiler finds function, it will go out from the main, look for the function, execute the function with the new parameters, and give us the return. Let's execute the program. So here, execution result, we have please enter number, for example, 2, and I have 1. So sum is 3. So the program is working normally like we used to do. I hope you understand the main idea of function. If you have any question or if you have any comment, please leave us a comment, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel to be notified for the next video. See you. Thank you so much.